Ja, lineup of these yearling heifers within this group. We've got a set of 5 out here that a lot of differences between the top and bottom, and I think the young man's heifer here that I'm going to choose to win the class with is a female that you really have to appreciate for the completeness of her design, how structurally correct she is when she gets out, she travels. I think there's one that's extremely level from hooks to pins as well. Probably one that I like the most in terms of that base width and how it transfers itself all the way to the ground, especially when she walks away from it. Exceptional udder development on this female at this stage of the game as well. She can really, you can really look at her and project her on out as to the type of a female that she's going to become when she lays down and has that first calf. Young ladies heifer here in second. We're going to try this one more time. Well, like we said, really a nice class of females here, and I think there's some definite give and take between our first and second place heifers in this class. I felt the most complete, the most uniform in her design was the young man's heifer that I chose to win the class. Just a smooth made, really an easy fleshing type of a female. Look at that depth of flank and the depth of forerib that she has with the nice udder development that she possesses right now. And then start to study her from the top of her skeleton all the way down to the bottom. She maintains that width from top all the way down to the ground even as she travels away from it. I think that's where she has where she has the advantage, per se, over the young ladies heifer there in the second. Just felt that she was really a fault-free type of female that's really going to project herself into a really, really nice cow on down the road. The young ladies heifer there in second is a female that is definitely the tallest and largest frame heifer in the class. She is one of the older heifers in the class also. I think when we start to study her, you really like the overall mass and volume and capacity that she has. And just some little things that separate the two of these top pair of females. And I think, like we talked about, the young ladies heifer, when this heifer starts to move away from us, when we set her into motion, she wants to narrow up all the way down to the ground. She doesn't track quite as wide as what we have in the heifer probably that stands in front of her today. And that's just a very, very small detail on a really, really good heifer there in the second spot. Young ladies heifer there in second is one that you certainly have to appreciate from the side. The depth of body that she has, the overall rib shape, and the volume that she possesses in that center part of her skeletal makeup. I think there's the female right there when we get around behind her. Just doesn't have quite the spread and quite the width through that hip, and how that muscling just narrows up as we get farther down into her body cavity. Excuse me. But I think there's a female there that you love the depth of side and the shape to that rib that she possesses when we get off to the side of her and then start to study the parts and pieces. Young man's heifer here that comes into the fourth spot is a long-sided type of a female. Need to level her out from her hooks to her pins, ideally, to get her up with maybe a spot or two today. But I think there's that female that's definitely got a lot of angularity out of her front end. She's got that feminine look. She's super sound when we set her into motion. You really like the flexibility and the angularity that she has when we set her in motion. Then the young man's heifer that rounds out our class. I think this is the youngest heifer in the class. I didn't put her down there because of that. I just simply put her down there. There's just not enough of her today. I think she's fairly green. She needs a little more fat on her to probably match up with the older heifers, and she'll get that with time. Today's just not her day. But she is really, really nice and really angular out of her front end as well. I think if she can get some more feed into her and muscle up and add some more shape in the mid-school, but a really nice class of females. Give these kids a nice hand.